Welcome back to class. Let's go on, Bowed. Trip, bow, kunye. Alright, let's start off with some jumping jacks. I don't know how it is where you are, but it's a little cold in here today. So, I'm gonna have to warm up because my toes are freezing. We're gonna do a lot of kicks, and I'm gonna be kicking the bag, and it hurts sometimes when you kick the bag and your toes are really cold. So always make sure you warm up really well. And let's go straight into leg crosses. Make sure you're not holding your breath. And let's go into front leg switches. You can use the arms if you want. Alternate hand and foot. If you're punching, punch right back or from the face and then bring it right back to the face. Now we're going to go into our modified hip twists. All right, let's go ahead and get into a sparring stance, and we're going to do our running step. Forward, backward, forward, bounce a little bit, backward, forward, backward, forward, backward, forward, backward. Remember, we're not turning the hips. Forward, backward, switch, forward, backward, forward, back, front, back. Use your hands, front, back. So you're moving those hands, helping you move. Front, back, front. Try to cover a lot of distance. Back, switch, bounce, skip forward, skip back, forward, skip back. Skip forward, skip back, skip forward, skip back, switch, skip forward, skip back, skip forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, switch, 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 step forward, step forward, step back, forward, forward, back, back, step forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back. So it's kind of like our running step, except for we are switching our hips each time now. Forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back. Take a breath. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Hands your hips. Circle your head. Not too fast. Don't hold your breath. Trunk twist. Try to turn your hips in there as well. Hip twists. Socket stretch. Other side. Turn, drop your back knee down, place the shoelaces of the foot right on the top or right on the ground. And I want you to put your hands on your knee. I want you to lean all the way back. Should be feeling that stretch right there in that hip flexor. Don't hold your breath. All right, now we're gonna switch sides. Drop your other knee down, heel pointed to the sky, hands on your knee, push your hips forward and lean back. Now we're gonna sit on one foot, extend the other leg out, single leg, squatting hamstring stretch. And switch all the way to the other side. Reach for your toes. Make sure your knee is locked out. The straight leg, lock that knee out. Don't have this bend here, lock it. Let's go ahead and slide all the way into a side split. And let's go all the way to the other side. And to the front, try to point your toes up to the sky. And stand up. I want you to open your knees up from the inside to the outside. You can kind of think of this as a crescent kick. You don't have to do a full crescent kick though. You can keep that knee bent. Grab here, pull back, push the hip forward. Same thing, other side. Grab the foot, push the hip forward. All right, so now what I want you to do, if you have a bag, go ahead and pull your bag out. Get it ready. Today's class, we're going to do all of the solo drills for purple belt. So we're going to practice all the solo drills. So if you can't, you can practice it on the bag. If you don't have a bag, you don't have to practice on the bag, but I do recommend it. It's more fun to hit something, right? I like it. All right, so the first solo drill is going to be jab, cross, hook. And now with this hook, I typically tell people to miss the hook and hit the whip kick, all right? If you have a target like this, you can stop like I just did and come back when you hit that whip kick. If you don't have a target, so I'm just gonna step a little bit further away so I miss, go all the way through with that whip kick. But if you have that target, and especially something big like this, don't put all of your power with a locked out leg, making contact with it. That's how you're gonna hyperextend your knee and you're gonna hurt yourself. So whenever I'm making contact with this, I jab, cross, hook, I kick it, and then I bring it right back. I'm not gonna hit with that locked out leg either. I'm gonna have this bend in my leg whenever I make contact. I don't wanna kick that with that locked out leg. On something like this, with a person actually kicking into a person's head, if you hit their head, their body's gonna do this. So they're gonna move with it. This thing does not like to move. It's got a stronger base than most people do, and it weighs probably more than a lot of people do. So it's not gonna move the same. Just be aware of that. You don't wanna hurt yourself when you're doing this. All right, so we're gonna pick one side, and then we're gonna do all 10, then we're gonna do the other side. Ready? If you're going all the way through with it, you're gonna get dizzy. So if you are going all the way through with it, you can switch and alternate sides each time so you don't get dizzy. Jab, cross, hook, whip kick. Notice how I kicked that and I just brought my body back the same way it came. That way I don't get dizzy. Jab, cross, hook, whip kick. Set. Make sure you're kicking with the heel. Good. Yes. Notice how I'm in a fighting stance though. I'm not really in a sparring stance for this one. If you're going to be in that sparring stance, you're probably not going to hit that cross very well. So I recommend a little bit more of a fighting stance as compared to a sparring stance. What number are we on? 4, all right? Net. Wrestle. Yes, sir. Feels good. Turn the hip, turn the hip. Hero. Ahub. Hey. Take a breath. All right, now we're gonna switch sides. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna make sure whenever we're doing our jab, our hip turns, our cross, our hip turns, point the hip at my target, hook, the hip turns, and then come. Obviously, got to turn the hip with the hook kick, right? Yeah, you got to turn the hip with the hook kick. It's weird. Don't do that. All right, ready? Jab, cross. Set. Net. Yes. Yes. Is it good? Uh-huh. Hey. Take a breath in and breathe out. Breathe in and out. In, out. All right, so the next thing that we're going to be doing is going to be solo drill number 2. So solo drill number 2 is going to be another one that starts off with our jab and cross. Jab, cross, and now with this back leg, I'm going to come up and I'm going to do a twist kick. So I can hit to the head with that, or I can hit to the body with that. So let's think about this for a second though. A jab and a cross can be used in free sparring, but cannot be used in Taekwondo sparring to the face. Can be used to the body. A twist kick really only gets used for Taekwondo sparring. All right, so I want you to kind of keep those things in mind while we are putting them together, and I will be going jab, cross to the face. The twist kick probably not going to be used in Taekwondo or in free sparring. I'm going to use it in Taekwondo sparring. So I want you to kind of keep those two things like, okay, if you want to train specifically for Taekwondo sparring, you can go 1, 2, you can punch those to the chest and then hit there. And that'll help you more if that's your goal. If your goal is just a little bit of everything and just getting training in, you can go to the face and then score to the body. You can 1, 2 to the face and kick wherever. So you can kick here, here with that to score your points. I just want you to kind of keep those things in mind whenever you are doing it, just so you're mindful of it. Ready? And 3. Set. Net. Yes, on. Yes, on. You good? Get-o. Uh-huh. Hey. Take a breath in and out. Breathe in and out. All right, now we're going to switch sides. We're going to do the same thing. Ready? And jab, cross, twist kick. 3. Set. Net. Yes, on. Yes, on. Here we go. Get over. Uh-huh. Yay. Take a breath. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. All right, so the next one we're going to do is going to be solo drill number 3. All right, solo drill number 3. So that's going to be a roundhouse kick, and I'm going to bring that roundhouse kick back, and I'm going to do a jump back kick. All right, so let's do it this way. Roundhouse kick, bring back, jump back kick, and now we're going to alternate sides. So now I have my left leg in the rear. I'm going to do the same thing. Roundhouse, jump back kick, drop that foot. So after this, kicks, boom, make sure we're kicking above the belt. I'm going to drop it to my hips. Hips are facing this way for the back kick. After I land, boom, I'm facing again. My chest is facing off to the side. This one can be done in fighting stance or sparring stance. It can be done for free sparring or Taekwondo sparring. Typically, it's going to be done more for Taekwondo sparring type thing, but it can work just fine for either one. So I want you to keep that one in mind. But we are going to be doing this one more from a sparring stance as opposed to a fighting stance. The reason being, whenever we come back, we want to go here so that our heels are more in line for that jump back kick compared to coming back from that roundhouse kick where my heels are not in line and I have to do this kind of a switch whenever I'm doing that. So keep that in mind. We're going to go back to a sparring stance after the roundhouse kick. Ready? And kick, bring it back, jump back kick. Ready? Kick, bring it back, jump back kick. Set. Knit. As that foot touches the ground, I go right into that jump. Try not to pause in between the roundhouse kick and the jump back kick. One more time. As I plant this foot on the ground, I'm going to go right away for that jump back kick. There's no stalling here in the sparring stance. This one. This one. Feel good? Hito. Aho. Yay. All right, now let me ask you a question. We got 10 more, but let me ask you a question. If you are kicking on a bag, did you knock that bag over at any point in time during that, with those back kicks? Hopefully your answer was no. You did not knock the bag over. The only time you should have knocked the bag over is if you have one of the little kids' punching bags, or you don't have any water or sand in your bag. That should be the only time that you knock a bag over with a kick that's actual kick and not a push kick. So it's easy to knock a bag over, even something like this. I think this bag weighs about 250 pounds. It's easy for me to knock this over with a back push kick. It is very difficult for me to knock it over with a good back kick, which means the power is applied prior to making contact. A push looks like this. My hand made contact, and then I applied power. A strike looks like that, where the power gets put in prior to the contact being made. Make sure the power is being put in prior to contact being made. That way, it's actually a devastating kick and not just going to send your opponent flying. Sure, sending your opponents flying is cool, but one good back kick completely ends the fight. Let me say that again. One good back kick completely ends the fight. It really does. Even in Taekwondo sparring, if you get a really good back kick kicking with that heel, the Hogu is not going to protect them that much. You can still break somebody's ribs with this. It's still a very powerful strike. And if it's a real street fight, hit them hard. All right, so we got 10 more. Ready? Now, kick, bring it back. Make sure you're kicking with the heel. Ready? Set. Knit. This one. This one. Feel good? Get over. Yeah. Take a breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And out. I broke the bag. Sorry, Bob. I'll fix you later. All right, so I'm grabbing my other one out for this next one, just because I haven't done this before with two, and it seems like fun, so I want to go ahead and try it. All right, so what is solo drill number 4? Can you tell me without me having to tell you? Maybe? Maybe. All right, so solo drill number 4 is going to be skip roundhouse kick, change directions, power back kick. So I'm going to skip roundhouse kick. I'm going to look that way. Step, power back kick. All right, my targets are too close. Should be covering a little bit of distance with this one, since both of these are distance techniques. So again, I'm going to skip round. I'm going to drop it down. I'm going to step, back kick. All right, I'm going to face the other. Well, I'm going to switch directions. switch stances, and I'm gonna do the same thing. If I want, I can actually go from one to the other. So this distance here, let's see, these mats are 5 feet. Yeah, so this is about 10 feet between bobs. So it's not super far, but it's good so that I can start to practice some distance. Skip roundhouse kick, step, back kick. And I switch sides and do the same thing. So obviously, I'm not starting all the way back here, so I'm not moving 10 feet, but you get the idea. We're trying to get some distance in with these if you have the space. You probably don't have 2 bags, that's fine. Pick whichever one you want to do the kicks on. Typically, I would say to do the power back kick on the bag and to do the hop, step, roundhouse kick in the air. All right, ready? And no, you. Set. Set. Yes. Yes. You good? Get over. Uh-huh. Good. Take a breath. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And out. All right, so if you find this is a little easy, you can do what I was doing. Hopefully you were kicking and not actually watching me. But what I was doing was this. I was going hop, step, kick into the body, kick into the head, dropping down, power back kick. So if you do find it's a little easy, add the second kick. Just come in, pop, pop, get your low, get your high, and then finish the rest of the combination. You can add little things into these just to make them a little bit more fun, more dynamic for you. All right, ready, set, and hit. Three. Set. Net. That's one. Yes. Yes. You're good. Get out. Uh-huh. Good. Take a breath in and out. Slow down a little bit. Cheer up. Junbei. Taegeuk Oh Jang. On my count. 1. Low block, forward stance. 2. 1. 2. 1. Middle block, middle block. 2. Kick. Right back fist, left middle block. 1. Kick. Back fist, middle block. 2. Step forward, back fist. 1. 2. 1, 2, 1, low block, middle block, 2, kick, low block, middle block, 1, high block, 2, side kick, hammer fist, grab the head, elbow strike, 1, 2, grab the head, elbow strike, 1, low block, middle block, 2, kick, cue. And make sure you're in that cross stance. Right toes are facing towards the front. Back fist. Bro. All right, so now we're gonna move on to our next solo drill. That was our little break doing our forms. Our next solo drill is going to be jab, cross, hook kick, roundhouse kick. All right, so we're gonna be here. Jab, cross. This back leg is gonna do a hook kick, drop it down, roundhouse kick. All right, so this is gonna be a little weird because our targets don't move. It'll be a little bit easier if we're punching here. Jab, cross, hook kick, set it down, and I do my roundhouse kick, and we're kind of moving in this progression forward. If you have a bag, you can practice it on the bag. You don't have to practice it on the bag. Again, without the bag, jab, cross, hook kick, roundhouse. So you're moving forward because typically your opponent will be moving back as you're attacking at them. Maybe they close in the distance, but for now we're just imagining that they're moving back. If you are going to practice in the bag, cool. Practice your distancing. So my jab, my cross are relatively close. I might have this small step with my lead leg out to hit with that hook, and I might step on a linear plane to hit with that roundhouse kick so that I'm not getting too close and too stuffed, trying to do a hook kick here and be like, why doesn't that work? Well, you're too close. All right, so practice that either way, any way that you want. Ready? Jab, cross, hook kick, roundhouse. Jab, cross, hook kick, roundhouse. Set. Net. Tassel. Yes. Is good. Get out. Aho. Good. Take a breath in. Breathe in and out. All right, we're going to switch sides. We're going to do the same thing on our other side. Ready? Jab, cross, rear leg hook kick, roundhouse. Set. Net. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good. Get over. Aho. Yeah. Take a breath. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. All right. Solo drill number 6. Solo drill number 6 is a push kick. followed by a reverse turn forward roundhouse kick, followed by a skip roundhouse kick. So you can practice this in the bag, you can practice it in the air. You can go push kick, drop it down. Now if you're going to go with that back leg again, boom, and you're kicking on a bag, you might step the foot a little bit closer towards your other foot as opposed to dropping it down here. Remember though, if I'm doing a push kick and I land the push kick, my opponent should be moving backwards. So the combination should really be here, here, and then follow up. There's not really that much space. It's kind of difficult to do that. Push kick, then I'm gonna go reverse turn forward roundhouse kick, and I'm gonna go hop step roundhouse kick. So I should be moving a lot. These guys don't move a lot. Remember that. So you can adjust it if you want. You can go push kick, and you can bring the foot back behind you if you want. Here, move back, and then move forward. Or you can go push kick, bring it back, kick, bring it all the way to the back. So there's a lot of little variants that you can do here. Do whatever you want. All I want right now is I want you to do a push kick, followed by a reverse turn forward roundhouse kick, followed by a skip roundhouse kick. All right? I'm not going to tell you it has to be this certain way right now. Do it however you want. However you can hit if you have a bag. If you don't have a bag, work on your distance. Make this your own. Practice it. I want you to just do those three in order. Push kick, reverse turn forward roundhouse, skip roundhouse kick. Take a second real fast. Figure out which one you want to do. Go. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I don't have a little thing. So, figure it out. All right, so you know which one you're going to do now, right? If you want, you can even change them up. Let's go ahead. Let's get started. Ready? Hana. Doi. Set. Net. Desert. Yes, sir. Feel good? Hero. Aha. Good. Take a breath in and out. Breathe in and out. One more time, in and out. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and we're switch. So you can keep doing that same. Maybe you practice a few different ways to do that, and that's fine too. Now we're going to start off by switching the leg that does our push kick. All right? If you were switching each time, well, keep switching each time. If you were not, we're gonna switch the leg that starts it. So there's a few different ways that you can do it, but we're gonna start it with the same side now, or the opposite side now. Ready? Hana. Hey. Set. Net. This one. I said that's one. I think I did. Yeah, this one. Feel good? Aho. Hey. Whew. Take a breath. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. In. And out. One more time. In. Out. All right, so what you probably noticed at that point is I think I did 4 different ways of doing the exact same thing while starting with the same foot. So what does that tell you? That there's so many ways that we can do all of these things. So when you get these solo drills, I want to see them when you're testing. I want to see them in the way that the lesson shows, which is one right after the next, right after the next, and one specific pattern. I want to see that. I also want you to play around with it and make up your own combinations of using or different ways to use the exact same thing. If all you do is only the way that I show for testing, then that's all you have. I don't want you to only have this one piece. I want you to be like, okay, there's 3 different kicks here, but starting with one side only, I just did 4 different ways of doing it. And I'm sure there's more. If I sit here and actually like play around and dissect it with my brain, how to do it, I'm sure there's more ways to do it than just those 4 starting with one leg. It's 8 if I start with the other leg. So I want you to be able to play around with them and really just understand how things chain together and practice chaining them together in so many different ways. I don't want it to just be this way is set in stone. The only thing that's really this way is set in stone is the forms. Everything else, it's adapt. I want you to adapt. I want you to make it your own. If you're always just following one specific way, then you're just following. I don't want you to just follow. I want you to explore the art. So take it, make it your own, however you want. Practice it that way. I only want to see it one way for the test, but I want you to have such a good understanding of everything because you practiced everything in so many different ways. And that's how you're really going to just gain all the skill. Like that's what I want you to do. I want you to just practice it in so many different ways. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on. We're going to do our conditioning. So our conditioning today is going to be 3 sets of 10 of slow side kicks. Now, I want you to make sure that they are good side kicks. So what is not a good side kick? Let me show that first. So I'm facing this way. This is my sideline. I know by now all of you have heard me say this many times. This is my sideline. If my heel is behind my sideline, that is a round kick. So I want your heel to be on or slightly in front, on or slightly in front of your sideline. Notice how my heel moves relatively in this straight direction, as opposed to this, I'm going to show it down low so it's easier to see, circular direction. Straight, like a stomp, circular, like a roundhouse kick. So I really need you to understand that. So we're going to practice it slow, 10, while balancing, but I need that good form. All right, you ready? Raise it up. Hana. Back. Doi. Back. Set. Back. Net. Back. Nasun. Yasun. Good. Giro. That's controlled. Ahum. Yay. Finish up. If you're not done already, take a break, take a breath. Get ready to do the other side. Raise up. And back. Doi. Back. Set. Back. Net. Back. Dasun. Yasun. Good. Giro. Aho. Take a breath. Finish up if you're not done. Get ready for the other side. Raise it up. Hana. Back. Toyu. Set. Net. Dasun. Yasun. Is it good? Yoro. Aho. Yay. Breathe in and out. I know these ones can be hard, especially if you're bouncing around, falling around. It's hard to do these. Practice, practice. If you're able to, stand on a harder surface. If you're on mats, it makes it a little bit more difficult. If you stand on a harder surface, it'll be a little bit easier. And then you can challenge yourself by going onto the mats. Ready? Other side. Hana. Three. Set. Net. Dasut. Yasut. Is it good? Yoro. Aho. Yui. Probably saw me bouncing around on that side. It's fine. I get it. Keep going if you're not done. If you start to fall over, just set your foot down real fast. Try to hop around a little bit, keep your balance. Don't trip over anything. If you need to, you can put your hand on the wall real fast, catch your balance, and then take it back off. All right, we got one more set. Are you ready? Raise up. And I don't know if you see me doing this, but I'm using my hand to guide my heel, so I know it's not going behind my sideline. Three. Set. Net. Dasun. Yasun. Is it good? Yoro. Aho. Yay. Whew. Take a breath in and out. Breathe in and out. And we got one more. Ready? Raise up. Notice how, when I'm doing this, I'm trying to get my leg flat here, as if I was able to kind of set, what do some people say? A cup of tea. Set a cup of tea on your foot and kick it out and bring it back. That's the goal. So, cup of tea on my foot right now, well, that's a big mess, all right? So I want you to try to get that cup of tea to stay on that foot. Ready? And there. Three. Set. Dead. Dasun. Yasun. Is it good? Yoro. Aho. Yuri. Take a breath in and out. Finish up. Breathe in and out. In and out. All right, let's go ahead and sit down. Feet together and reach for your toes. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Breathe in and out. Nice and relaxed. Cool down. All right, let's go ahead. Seated splits. Lean towards the front. Walk your hands from the front all the way to one side. Back to the front. To the other side. Back to the front. Put your chest all the way on the ground. I know, easier said than done. Bring the legs in, feet together, butterfly. Technical stand up. Chair up. Bow. Good. Great job on that class, you guys.